You saw the United Arsenal crowd trouble.
I did. All Arsenal fans. Did you see that?
I saw that, but then I saw another angle of the video, and there's a guy in a United shirt.
They were mixed.
They were mixed. I think that's the problem here.
Yeah, that would be a problem.
Is that it was general sale probably.
Yeah, and it's a big Hollywood game, so they're not real fans.
Yeah, no, well, they're all Americans as well, so they're obviously getting into the British hooliganism spirit.
Which is at a preseason game.
There's lads getting blindsided and everything. It was really fucking bad.
Good brawl. Did you see the woman just outside the brawl hugging her friend? It's okay, don't look.
Yeah, no, it was
very dramatic Americans.
It's one kind of thing when you see it in England, you go, "Oh, Jesus, that's a really sucker punch that might have hurt." When it's Americans, it's so much funnier.
Yeah. There's something about it.
I don't know why.
It doesn't feel as dangerous.
It just doesn't. It's like if it was serious, they'd shoot somebody.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So,
yeah, there'd be no brawl going on.
No, they'd be going back their truck.
Yeah.
That's what they'd be doing. So, but now, of course, this is in a stadium, so it isn't the same thing. But it's just American, don't they?
Over nothing.
Over
the
nothing.
Players don't care about this.
When it's fucking, British people, it's like, this is getting really ugly. This is really not looking good. There's kids in the stand.
Honestly, that is nonsense. Nonsense. All nonsense.
They say many garbage things.
You don't know what you're going to get.
Melodrama upon melodrama.
This is utter shameful, disgraceful piece of nonsense.
He was miles off it yesterday.
You'll learn a lot more if you listen rather than talk all
Plenty
the
of
time.
time, no problem.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to a No Nonsense podcast with Cathal and Will. We are here post game pod,
Post World Cup for Ireland.
Post World Cup. We're going to talk about the Women's World Cup game against Canada. It was a second group game. Spoiler alert: we're out.
Yeah, game over.
We'll also be talking about some of that Mbappé transfer. I mean, there's always a sensational transfer, but this really is just mind-boggling.
It's literally. It still hasn't sunk in, I think, for most people.
Most people don't know the numbers.
Yeah, I heard the numbers. I'll think about that later.
I can't think about those numbers now. I have my own numbers to work out.
Yeah, they're
my
much
rent,
smaller.
my gas bill.
We're also going to be chatting about another player who's recently moved and seems to be living life. I think it's a match made in heaven we didn't realise is Messi.
Yeah, we talk about Messi stuff. All that coming up. I also have a comment corner.
A big one.
Big comment corner this week as well. So, jam-packed show, Will, as always. But look, Ireland out of the World Cup. It's the same story every time,
Score too early.
Score too bloody early. Try and sit back, let them back into it. I don't know, look. It was a great goal.
An Olympico, it's called. I only learned that today.
Really? Olympico?
Yeah, there's a name on it. I'm guessing in Brazil or somewhere they do that all the time. So much they have to be like, that's an Olympico. He did it. So, as made famous by Ronaldo Olympico.
Caesar Olympico.
Yeah.
Katie McCabe. I saw a lot of things being like, it's not just Katie McCabe in this team. Well, she's definitely the best player.
Yeah, by a mile.
She was trying to do this against Australia. Did you notice that?
Yeah, it's a tactic. Because do you know how tall the Canadian goalkeeper is? I looked it up.
Is she taller than Thibaut Courtois or the same size?
I would say not taller. She's 5'8".
Yeah.
The goals are the same size as the men's goal. It's hard. If you have a 5'8" player on the line, he's not going to be able to stop that.
If you have a 5'8" player just standing underneath the post, making a vertical jump up, he'll get there. If you surround by players pedaling backwards, it might be hard.
And he's like, "Where is the ball going?"
There's rain in my eyes.
It's a good tactic to use in the women's game. If
you can put it in that area, you may as well. She was trying to do it against Australia. Again, first 4 minutes in, why not? See what she's about. And then the thing immediately after that, she had a shot from outside the box. We had a shot outside the box, and she kind of fumbled that as well. Went out for a corner. No business going out for a corner. So it rattles them. You know. First goal we ever scored in World Cup, Women's World Cup. It was a great moment. I thought, here we go. These boys aren't good.
Yep, not as good as everyone said.
Olympic champions of what?
Sure. Who cares about the Olympics anymore?
Not this sport. No way. We were really good in that first half.
we were really, really good. Katie McCabe especially looked excellent.
Yeah. Like again, before the match, it was more of this realism, this chronic realism about like it's probably going to be 1-1, maybe 2-1 to Canada.
Yeah.
I was like, no way.
Oh, stop.
We
this.
had chances against Australia. we were better than you think. We scored the goal. I was like, that's 1 goal in 4 minutes. If we keep this up,
There'll be at this rate.
at this rate, by Haaland mathematics, it's gonna be a lot of goals to nil by my math. We were good in that first half, and then it was just kind of like a bit of a sucker punch then at the last.
Yeah, and it was just unfortunate. It was a unlucky deflection for us, lucky for Canada.
Yeah,
was it a shot or even a pass?
It was,
but it just bounced around the keeper.
Put it in the dangerous area.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you see it all the time. Put it in the dangerous area. It goes in. It immediately cuts into the Irish player. And it's like, oh.
Yeah, I've seen they're doing the zoom in. I know what's happened,
and they know. They're like, oh yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
fucked it.
And it was really, it was looking good for us during the first half because we were playing really well. Canada were a bit rattled.
Yeah,
but also the weather was insane. It was like a rainstorm all of a sudden, just as it was going badly for Canada.
Yeah,
you have to think those players are like, oh my God, this is the worst day of my life. Like everything's going against us. But it's just, all you needed was one lucky deflection and then the heads drop. And then it's half time, you can fucking recuperate. And
that's it.
The perfect time to score, as everyone says.
Psychologically, it was such a turnaround because they obviously drawn the last game against Nigeria.
Yeah.
Missed the penalty in that game. It's like left that one behind us.
Yeah.
Now you're going to Ireland. And again, we're the 3rd ranked team in the group. Canada are the highest ranked. So you've drawn with the 4th ranked. I'm pretty sure we're the 3rd ranked. Anyways, you've played the 3rd and the 4th. You've drawn and potentially lost this one. You might get a draw this one. You have to get 4 points. Now you have to go and beat Australia. This is all in your head. Like I said, the rain's coming. Ireland are tough. We're tackling hard. We're not
tackling very hard all game. That is something in both the games.
Yeah.
We do seem to go in harder than the teams we play.
Canada had known they hadn't played well. We knew by the second half that wasn't as good as they could have played. So they know that themselves. Yeah. We're not playing well. They're on top of us here. What we want to do. And then just the goal. It's like, okay, so we weren't playing well and now we're back to square one.
Yeah.
Win the second half, which we can do. We know we can do. And away with it. And for us, it was like everything we've done, all the effort we put in, the goal, the early goal, defended well, tackled well.
Gone.
Cut away. Last kick the fucking first half. Now back to square one. Can you do that again?
Yeah.
Can you get lucky again?
Yeah.
Because that's what you need.
They're on to the Olympico now.
But then, 3 substitutions at halftime. That's changed a lot for them. I think they did the same thing against Nigeria as well.
But switching it up.
So maybe their team selection isn't the best. Maybe they have too many good players.
Yeah.
A good problem to have, some say.
Especially in an international tournament.
Definitely not a problem that we have.
No.
Payne got injured in the warm-up, which is fucking... I don't care who you are. If you're not even Man City, if you have a way you're going to fucking play...
Yeah.
One of your starting players injured in the warm-up, it changes things, you know?
You've had literally no time to prepare for this.
No. So, and if the squad is... And we saw with Australia.
Yeah.
Now, it was the day before and all the same, but it's just the worst thing that can happen.
Yeah.
And I guess we were run a bit on empty in the second half. We looked quite tired. The goal, their second goal, the winner, it came from a few mistakes by us as well.
Yeah.
But it was just, I think it was tiredness. It was, Canada were definitely better than us as well.
Yeah. And they have the experience of, I think this is their 4th or 5th World Cup.
Yeah.
They've won things like we said before. They've gotten to the semi-finals of the World Cup. So I don't think the panic sets in for them until maybe the last 2 minutes of the game. Whereas we are, we've never been there before.
No. I forget who it was, the Canadian player that she came on, one of the subs that came on. She's trying to score. She missed the penalty last game. She's trying to score in 6 World Cups.
Yeah.
There's only been 8 World Cups.
So, I mean... Yeah. She's good.
You can't get really more experience than that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's maybe where we lack a little bit. But yeah, I guess just a special mention to the person who's always a special mention is Katie McCabe. She was by far the best player on the pitch today.
Yeah.
She was playing more tackling in the second half. She nearly scored that great goal. She literally passed 4 players. It was like, this is it. She's going to do it.
It was obviously a tactic for us to shoot from long. And it worked in the first half, we were putting under pressure, but it meant in the second half, we'd get by a few players. There would be a run on, players bombing into the box, and they'd always opt for the long shot. And it's just that either goes in or it goes over or it goes straight to the keeper. Like it's very little margin for error in that, especially in a high pressure last 20 minutes of the game. We have to score. So I don't know if that was the best tact for Wood to keep at it.
And they weren't like unbelievable saves from the keeper. She's standing
straight
for most
at
of them.
them, yeah.
So I mean, like if you're going to take shots from range and test the keeper, then fucking test the keeper, But a lot of the shots behind were just,
not
what you need. You need to fucking put the ball in place and a scrappy, shitty goal to get back in the game.
Exactly.
You don't score screamers to get back in the game.
No,
Very rarely.
Never happens.
You got to fucking put them under pressure and maybe a touch of a handball, but we're not really sure. And then you play, that's how you get back in the game.
Yeah. A late offside call that never comes. That's what we need.
Oh, it's marginal, George. That's how you get into it. But yeah, look, I think it never really got going. It was a slow build up at the start here of like, am I going to watch this? Are we any good? I don't know the players. I don't know enough about it. We needed a win against a top ranked seed.
We needed a huge performance
to let people know this is actually a good team. We might actually have a chance of winning. So if you want to get on the bandwagon now, you'll seem like you're ahead of the curve. It never really took off.
No,
and,
I will say for people in Australia, the game today seemed like a home game. Whenever anything happened for Ireland, there was huge roars, massive boos for the last 10 minutes against Canada for doing like the slightest of time wasted.
that's probably more their experience. They were like time wasting a lot, and they were
very good at confusing the throw-ins and stopping the throw-ins.
Wait, explain this to me again. What you throw it to me? No, hang on. No, sorry, ref. Just want to get this straight.
There was a lot of that.
Sure.
A lot of standing beside the throw-inner.
No, I'm not throwing. I'm just. Oh, you said I was. No, I'm not. Sorry, ref. We're just having a conversation here. Don't interrupt. No, like it was. But that's what you do. That's what every fucking does. If you're experienced, you try to see our game. And that's the thing. Like Australia were like at 6s and 7s when we were coming at them because they were like, just please win this game. Canada fucking killed it.
Yeah.
They just like stopped the game and shithoused the way down. And even with the extra time, like with no balls,
no pressure.
Control. We didn't really look like we were going to score again, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure. And like we said, they always add the extra time on now in the World Cup. Extra time, 2 extra time. But by the time those last extra 3 minutes are added on for the time wasting and stuff, just everything's sucked out of the game. The Irish players are done. Like okay, now it's your goal kick, and you've just been standing there for 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Try win now. The game will end at any second.
Yeah, double momentum as much as the time left. Like if you're just like stopping every move you make, then it's like again, and you have to put them on the ropes. If you're like, oh, they're coming, they keep coming at us. If you can stop that coming, it's a lot easier. But yeah, no, we had definitely some good performances here today as well. Better than the Australian game. I thought Caruso up front was much better today than she was last game.
Way better. That's the thing as well. Like it might not have gotten the bandwagon we were hoping for, but it definitely helped the careers of like Katie McCabe. And I think the fact now, the next time there's a tournament, I know I'm going to watch Katie McCabe. She's playing. She's a great player. I think that does help the sport a lot.
Get their names out there.
Exactly. Just all you need is a few kind of cornerstones for people to see on the late, and then you see the games, and over time you're gonna watch it more and more. I think. Yeah,
like I had no shame in saying I didn't know any Irish players before this. Next World Cup in 4 years' time, if I say, "Oh, well, Kate McCabe's still playing," and you go, "Who's that?" I'm gonna go, "You had no ball, pal."
Yeah.
You should be embarrassed saying that out loud because everyone knows Kate McCabe. That's honestly, if that means anything to the Irish players, I don't know.
That's what football is all about.
Knowing the players from either Football Manager or watching players, but either way, ball. So if they're in the conversation of you don't know what Denise Sullivan is. She plays. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. Next round's on you. No, look, it was enjoyable as well watching an Irish team. Anyways, watching an Irish game during work. That's what the World Cup's all about. I mean, come on.
It was unreal. We still have another game left. Though,
we do. That's
we're out of the group though.
I'll watch the game,
Yeah.
But we can't qualify now. We need 4 points usually at minimum. We can only get 3. There's no permutation in which we get through. But I don't know. It's just how lash now.
Yeah, exactly. This will unfortunately probably be the easiest game of the group. Not easy by any means, because I think Nigeria.
They're still in it.
And they drew with Canada. But in terms of, I think they were the lowest ranked team.
Yeah.
Apart from us, obviously.
I'm not sure if we were 3rd or 4th. One of the.
Yeah.
I know Canada were 1 and Australia were 2. I was like, that's a tough schedule there.
Yeah.
It was a tough group. That's the thing as well.
Group of death, as everyone said.
So, we could have maybe got an easier group and got out in second. I don't know. But look, like I said, this will bring on those players. Again, Katie McCabe was only 24. So when you got the Euros, you got World Cup. You want to play against the best teams. So you go, yeah, I know how a good team marks me. I know how good teams play against us. That's the kind of shit we should be doing.
Yeah.
You need that experience playing against fucking Vietnam or whoever it was, or Haiti, who actually looked pretty decent against England. But you know what I mean? We could have got an easier group. Maybe not because of the seedings. I don't know. But it is what it is. If we were good enough, we would have got out.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
Look, we got to take what we get with that. But yeah, Nigeria next in a dead rubber. But
Dead rubber for us.
dead rubber for us. Nigeria will be playing it, and you don't want to get beaten bad in that game either. So yeah, it's a third honourable game to play. 2 honourable losses, and then an honourable, hopefully, win at the end. That also,
Yeah, and like we said, this wasn't like the Italian 90 we were hoping for.
No, no.
There was no huge moment that we got from it, really.
No, I remember talking to someone who was born in 1998, and they were like, "I thought we won Italian 90."
It seems that way.
So it doesn't take much for us to turn something into absolute legend and lore. But
Yeah, the Robbie Keane goal against Germany. Yeah.
I don't think anybody thinks we won 2002 now. But
I would say there's definitely people.
no, because
No, they do. We lost in the final because Roy Keane left.
yeah, the Roy Keane dominates that story, but no, because it's just not as catchy. South Korea 2002,
Yeah.
Italia 90. It's like, when have you ever said Italia before?
I've seen the videos of all the people at the roundabouts going mad. We must have won it.
Yeah, that was the quarterfinals, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's something like that.
Also, because England, they loved Italia 90 as well because they got the semi-final and lost.
Yeah.
There's people in England who also think England won Italia 90. So, and I think it was Italy who won Italia 90.
Probably,
It's
yeah.
like 3 different countries,
That
at
makes
least, who think that their team won Italia 90 because they all went crazy for it. So I think Italia 90 has a special place in this part of the world because of everybody thinking they won it.
Yeah. The best World Cup ever.
Everyone acting like they won it.
That's the real move.
Yeah, just pretend like you won. Yeah. What else do we have then? Well, we had some. When you think of just the purity of the women's game and bringing it on and grassroots, and this would be great to develop the game. Do they want to get to Kylian Mbappe levels? Do you actually want that for your sport?
Does Katie McCabe get a transfer offer soon, which is the equivalent to what I'd say most countries wish they could have?
Man, honest to God, you think we have a surplus?
Yeah, of my days. So I sent the link to you of apparently Saudi Arabia have like a big
Yes.
pot of money for that they have like
The investment fund.
the investment
The
fund.
private investment fund.
And they have it cordoned off.
for sure.
This is the football pile, and it's whatever, like 14.
Oh, they
billion.
have a pile within the pile.
They have a pile within the pile, and it's like 14 billion or 17 billion. So when I saw that, I was like, that makes more sense. It's not that like we need Ruben Neves in our league. It's we have this much money, give it out whatever way you feel like. Who gives a shit? Because that's going to get us a lot of players.
Yeah.
And they thought, well, Mbappe is the biggest name out there, so why don't we just give him a huge section of the money?
Yeah.
A player who's on his last year at PSG.
Yeah. Well, that's the interesting part of this whole thing.
Yeah, it's the saga of the summer.
Because PSG is owned by Qatari dudes. So that's, for want of more information, that's Qatar.
Yeah.
PSG is Qatar. Saudi Arabia is Newcastle.
Yeah.
And also Saudi Arabia is golf and Saudi Arabia is other things. Mbappe is doing this thing with PSG, which is probably really annoying for PSG, I imagine.
They've made a lot of changes lately, gotten rid of a few big names. Probably wouldn't mind getting rid of one more.
But, it all seems to be Project Mbappe.
Yeah.
It's all about, let's make this guy, the team around him, let's have him win the Champions League. It's inevitable.
He's the manager.
They see the statement they released?
No.
They referenced that as well. Like, we've done everything for you. We even mentioned the transfers and gave you a say in them. They released a statement about him, what was it? They said by August 1st, anybody who's not on the preseason will not be part of the plans. Like,
Yeah.
kind of gave an ultimatum.
Yeah, and he's currently not on the preseason tour, right, with 5 days to go.
So, like, it's his kind of like crisis talks where Mbappe is just walking around acting like he's bigger than the club.
Yes, and apparently it's come out to PSG that he has a secret agreement with Real Madrid, which is really annoying them. They're not allowed to do that. And not till January, then he's allowed to negotiate with clubs. But everyone knows this. Like, this has always been the story.
Yeah, because if you catch him back to last summer, it was him going to Real Madrid
Absolutely confirmed.
And then he did a 180 and signed this contract till 2025, was it?
Yeah, it's like a 2-year deal, I think. 3-year deal.
Yeah, 2024, I guess. Or,
2024.
2024. And then he was going to, go then to Real Madrid. That's what we thought. He was like, but then he's going to go to Real Madrid, obviously. He'll be 26, he'll be fine. Now he's
now it's happening.
Now it's happening, and PSG are like, well, this is bollocks,
Yeah, you're not actually.
We were going to do this dance again, where we re-sign you again for another 2 years, And I was like, well, I didn't think what you're going to happen there, because especially the way PSG's fortunes have gone, they must have known this was coming.
Yeah, for sure.
Like if they'd won the Champions League this year, that puts them in a strong position to keep.
That was probably the plan, really.
And so now who are they mad at?
Yeah.
Well,
this is the thing. It's easier to point the finger.
So now they're mad that he wasn't just going to do his 2 weeks notice and work and finish down the last 2 weeks. Go, right. Now hop on LinkedIn and look for a job. Like, yeah, of course we have his ducks in a row. Now, okay, nothing in writing, but I guess his mind's made up after the last couple of years. And also it's he doesn't get any respect in the French league.
No, he does. He should be widely regarded. As the best player in the world, the biggest player in the world. He's definitely not.
No.
Because it's very rare you hear people talking about Mbappe unless France are playing or it's a transfer saga.
Yeah. I'd say the whole Haaland going to the Premier League, because that's the benchmark. That's the most competitive league. That's where all the money is. If you can do it there, you can do it anywhere.
Yeah.
Zlatan went there 34. I'll fucking do it just to say that I did it. Do you know what I mean? So all the time with Haaland, he's above Mbappe now. He's this, he's that. Then they crashed out the Champions League, and it's this is bollocks, I nearly won the World Cup.
He scored a hat-trick in the final.
And then we're talking about Haaland.
Yeah.
So it's well, I gotta get out of here. This isn't good for my career. I'm not winning anything. I'm not getting respect here. Because we all know he wants respect, he wants ego, all that stuff.
That's what he's all about.
So yeah, I think it's all contributing to that. But PSG are saying, well, if you're not going to play with us new time, you're not going to play this year. We'll let you rot through the untrees, Off you fucking rot. just throwing a fit basically about it, because the whole, if Mbappe goes, it's well, what was this all about then?
Yeah, it's a massive waste of time.
We've lost everybody.
You've got Neymar and you still have Neymar, and that's it.
We've lost everyone. We've lost Ibrahimovic, Cavani, we've lost Neymar, we've lost Messi. We've got nothing left. We have Asensio and Donnarumma. They're not stars. Good players, sure, but not stars. This is not how it's meant to go.
And it looked like it was going to be trouble for PSG, because, who could possibly afford Mbappe? Everyone asked. And even if they could afford him, what is 100 million to a man like Mbappe? He's worth so much money.
Yeah.
So this Saudi Arabian, I don't even know which club it was. It was one of them. One of the four.
One of the four backed by but I think the whole league is backed in a way. But
I think
these
so.
four have been taken
because
over.
Gerrard's club aren't state backed.
Yeah,
but they're spending money after trying.
Just on that, actually, apparently the Jordan Henderson offer, it wasn't $700,000 a week. It was $350 tax free, so the equivalent of $700. So for all intents and purposes,
it's $700,000
a week, but it wasn't $700,000 a week tax free, because that's $1 million a week. So just so you don't want to be caught out here saying that
it was even less than you thought to sell them out.
Well, it was the same amount, but just not in that number.
Yeah.
But again, also if you heard $700,000 a week, you thought, and that's tax free. That is crazy.
I did see, to sidetrack a bit, we mentioned it. I think was it last week's episode we were talking about Henderson? We talked about the cop out, the LGBT Liverpool group. Did you see the statement they put out today?
Oh, another one.
They put out a picture of their leader, I guess, meeting with Henderson from a few years ago, and said, Jordan Henderson told me if there's anything I can ever do for him to let him know, well, I'm letting him know now, don't join Saudi Arabia. If there's anything I can ever do for you.
Oh my God.
What was he doing?
He left himself so open. He wrote a social blank check.
Yeah. I did see a lot of people commenting yeah, I meant a retweet or something.
I meant something with no stakes on
Nothing
my end.
real.
I meant performative. Anything performative I'll do. Anyways, Barry, back to the whole PSG. So all this PSG Mbappe drama is falling apart. Another Gulf state says, maybe we can help with this.
Which is mad, because they're enemies. But it seems like Saudi
money
Arabia
is money,
Money is money, and I think Saudi Arabia, they see the bigger picture here of we've gotten a lot of players. A few more people might watch this fucking league.
We're almost there.
Yeah, if they get a TV deal, I'd say a lot of people will give it a look.
If they're not that far ahead of us in time, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean by actual time. I don't mean like technology.
Money-wise.
But yeah, they're thinking if we get 24-year-old Mbappe, is there any more statement than that?
Yeah, and we only need him for a year. You only need to get people on this year. So how about we pay PSG for him and we give him a huge contract, entice him over for 1 year.
Yeah.
They can go to Madrid anyway. So you're probably thinking, big offer.
Yeah.
A few $100,000 a week. No.
No.
So they've offered PSG €300 million. Know what you're thinking? Why?
Was it not 329 million euro?
No, it was like £270 million.
I hate when they do that.
€300 million on the dot.
Oh.
And then wages for the year for Mbappe would be €700 million. So for the year.
It's a nice round figure, isn't it?
Yeah. €1 billion for 1 year of Mbappe to score 20 goals or something.
They offered him a billy.
Billy.
A billy.
Now, I know what you're thinking. That's mad. But it truly shows how mad this was when the richest athletes in the world, the NBA players,
Yeah.
they all took to Twitter to be like, 1 billion? Like, loads of them were just tweeting literally like $1 billion for 1 year, no context. They just unanimously were like, oh my God, when are we getting some of that?
NBA players love doing that, or not NBA players, American sports players do that because the fines are like, they have hawks over there like collecting fines. So they always like tweets of like, this shit bullshit, man. And like, what is? You know. Didn't say it, but you know. So they love this like no context. He's like $1 billion. So you're gonna get fined for this, man. It's like, I know, but that's how I tweet.
It did make me think, I assume there has to be a basketball league coming soon.
Well, this is the thing. I mean, I don't know. I see these figures. I mean, I saw 22 euro a second. I was like, it's like 8-hour day. But if he gave me his day's wages, we could be professional podcasters.
Oh, and you have to think he's not going to put in too much effort in the Saudi League. He's going to Madrid next year. Need to, don't want to get hurt.
But it's hard to kind of fathom the money
because it makes no sense.
No, like I can't. I have no kind of context. But NBA players,
yeah,
they know they are getting that. They're getting that kind of money. So they're seeing this and going, "Wait, how much?"
Yeah,
because I know what I'm on.
When LeBron James is like, "That's a lot of money." That is a big salary.
Yeah, Giannis.
They have the best union in sport.
Giannis Antetokounmpo tweeted out, "Al Halil, you can take me. I look like Kylian Mbappe." And just a picture of himself smiling.
And that's a man who is definitely on a lot of money.
I think he's like the 6th or the 3rd highest paid. I think it's like
more than, I would say, 90% of footballers.
Wages alone. And then, he's got like endorsements and sponsorships.
Yeah, he's like
and
the
all that
face
kind
of
stuff.
Nike or something.
He's got his own shoe. You're big when you got your own shoe. And he's like, this is crazy money.
Yeah, so it makes no sense across the board. Like the 300 million to PSG is honestly even madder than the 700 million for 1 year, I think, because they would take 20 million. Like they would take any money.
Yeah.
They're losing them anyway for free. That's what's happening.
This is it. Like winners in this deal, PSG, huge winners.
Yeah.
They were going to lose them for free. They were getting more money than he's probably worth, I would say.
Yeah. More than they bought him for.
Real Madrid will get him anyways next year, just as planned. So
he'll take a wage cut to go to Madrid. 400 grand, don't matter. I just made 700 million euro.
This is like that bit in Crystal Maze where they
grab
all the money, and then you go back doing the Crystal Maze, like as a professional Crystal Mazer. This is like, do you want to just step into this room here? Follow me, and just grab all the money, and you go, right, that was fun, but I'm going to actually. I like the puzzles. I love the puzzles. I like the games. I like the teamwork. I like all that kind of stuff. But I'll definitely do that again if you want to offer me that again. Yeah. So like, he'd be happy. Real Madrid win. Mbappe wins. I guess he gets more money than God, and then
700 million for nothing, and just for doing your job.
And then he's still 25, and he goes to Real Madrid. I mean, the losers, I guess, will be Saudi Arabia because they're paying the money. But
they have infinite money.
And
they have Mbappe then.
What's to do for the league? That really brings it to like, we have the best players in the world. It's hard to argue with that.
We can get anyone. Except Messi.
Except for Messi, who can't pay. But again, Messi is beyond that level where he's like, well, I've made all the money.
Exactly. And I will say, by the looks of everything, Mbappe has said he's not taking the deal.
Why?
That's what I thought too. Apparently, the quote said no money could get him to play in the Saudi League, which I don't know if that came from him. If it is, I'd say that's not very wise. Don't say that.
Don't say that.
Or unless he's like making $2 billion. Money doesn't matter.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it's
I don't know why you wouldn't take that.
like he's already taken the Qatari money,
Fucking
so it's not an issue of morals.
yeah, no, he's doing the same thing again.
But for more.
Way more. And you know who this looks terrible on? Jordan Henderson. Mbappe is turning down €700 million a year. He's like, I would be caught dead playing in that league.
Yeah. And somebody the same age as you, or roughly, Messi, was like, I've made all the money I need to make in my life. Now, okay, Messi's made a lot more money than Jordan Henderson has, still. But Jordan Henderson wasn't being underpaid.
Yeah, no.
I don't think. He's been at Liverpool for 12 years.
Yeah,
A lot of pay increases in that time, I'd say.
for sure. Won a lot of stuff.
One lot of stuff. He's got a few Nivea ads under his belt.
Yeah.
He's not broke.
No.
Do you know? Maybe he's
Right.
thinking, maybe I want to party with Messi in my post career. You know?
Yeah.
Do I have the money to get on that yacht?
Yeah.
Not yet, but I will. But I don't know. It's I guess it's one of those things where Messi and Mbappe are at different levels of fame and money. But still, it does look bad when this guy's like, nah, I don't need that.
Yeah,
Who
that's
needs
too
that
much.
kind of money?
And you have to think PSG are fuming if Mbappe doesn't take that deal.
Well, what happens now if they stick to their ultimatum and say, right, Mbappe, you're not playing this year? Now, like, okay, Mbappe plays in a farmers league, for want of a better word. I remember he tweeted that out when I think it was Leon knocked Man City out of the Champions League. And
Yeah,
he
yeah.
tweeted out in all caps, "Farmers League."
I knew it. I knew it wasn't bad.
So like he obviously cares about that enough, and maybe that's
Yeah.
why he wants to leave PSG. He's like, this league isn't progressing at the speed I thought it was. And now he's thinking, if I had an issue with that before, now I go to a much worse league
Way worse.
for more money. Then it's like, well, what do I care about at all?
Yeah, like Ronaldo's Al Nassr
Yeah.
got spanked in 2 preseason games by Benfica and Celta Vigo, like 4-0 and 5-0.
Yeah.
Game after game. After Ronaldo made some mad comments about like, I did this, they're all coming because of me.
Yeah, and the European leagues have lost
Yeah.
quality, which again, just because they beat Al Nassr doesn't mean that they haven't lost quality. Two
Yeah.
things can be
No,
true
yeah.
at once. You
Yeah,
can,
for sure.
you know, but
There's a long way to go yet. still.
those Panaldo boys have been reinvigorated. So you're going to see a lot more of this Panaldo stuff coming. And look what he said, moron.
They're going to switch to Pen Mbappe.
Yeah. Eventually they'll die, but for now, Ronaldo's still going to get anything he says thrown back at him tenfold. So yeah, I don't know. This Mbappe stuff.
This feels like
It's
the Saudi stuff is ramped up from the start of summer and gotten progressively more mad every single day.
there's so much money out there.
Yeah.
But I was watching as well. Like you saw the madness for the Taylor Swift tickets,
Oh yeah.
the madness for the Coldplay, the whole scandal with RT, all this money in Saudi Arabia,
Just money.
slushing around, slush funds everywhere. If I could just position myself underneath the slush fund,
All I need is a handful of
can some
slush.
money slush on me, Will? How do we get into this? Like, there's money flying around, and I'm like,
Yeah.
how do I get to it?
Always the Crystal Maze or never the Crystal Maze winner.
Yeah, I'm on the outside looking at the guys in Crystal Maze, like, I want to get in there. How do I
You
get in there?
operate the machine.
For very low pay.
You switch it on and off.
Yeah, it's it's a crazy time out there. A lot of money flying around. It feels. I'm going to make a prediction, Will. I think the good times will never end. I think it's going to be like this forever. I think we're all going to be blowing our money on Coldplay tickets. 5 more shows. Let's fucking do it. You know, I think it's a good
There was
sign.
no regular tickets left, but there's a VIP ticket for €700 and you get a free lanyard with it.
Yeah, I mean, I shudder to think what these second-hand tickets will be going this year for EP. I mean,
Yeah.
you're talking €1,000. I remember fucking trying to get a ticket before when there was no tickets. Like what? It's like 200 and
250.
250 of that. I know you do every year you get a discount, but this is like, I think, in between. So I'd lost my streak.
Yeah.
So it's like 2 and 35. And I was like on done deal with somebody for like 550. All my friends were going, I wanted to go 550. And then she came back and was like, oh, someone's actually offered me 600 first. And I was like, it just snapped me. I was like, what am I doing? Like, this is,
that's insane.
already 550 was, people were saying that's insane. God, do not get a 550 EP ticket. It's a field. It's a fucking field. You know, I was like, I want to go. Fuck it. I have the money. I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
600 was like, nah, fuck it.
Yeah, that's too much.
But like, you're a cunt, by the way.
Yeah.
Sorry. Someone's off you $550 for a ticket you paid no more than $234. $254.
Doubled your money.
And you're going,
sorry, I've nearly tripled it.
I'm getting 50 euro more. Better in my pocket than yours. Like, what the fuck? Just a bidding war, you know? So, yeah, look, what I'm saying, Will, is that this money needs to come to me,
Yeah.
not to Kylian Mbappe. He doesn't need it or want it. You know what it's like? It's like, Dave Chappelle. He turned down so much money from Comedy Central. That's what we were talking about for a long time. He wasn't doing anything, you know? And then he came back and he wasn't as good. People are like, yeah, well, you know how much money he turned down by Comedy Central? Doesn't need it, pal. Doesn't care what you think. You know, that's what I think. This could be a legacy moment for Mbappe.
Yeah.
If he goes to Real Madrid, which I think he will, and he has this, like, he turned down the most money ever to play in a real league.
Yeah.
Like, legend. Hashtag respect.
Hashtag respect.
You know, this could be huge for him.
Yeah.
This could be a big brand move for him.
It makes him look a lot better than he has looked previously.
Well, if you hadn't already taken the Qataris money, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But, you know, same as Messi as well. It's like, when you've made that much money, there is a point where you go, you know what?
Doesn't affect me anymore.
No. Like, what is it really worth?
Yeah.
You know, so for Mbappe, it's not worth his master plan. But like I said, the thing is here, does he not play this year then at all?
Yeah, that is. I just don't see a world where PSG don't play Mbappe
But then they're like,
out of spite.
look like arseholes then. You're not, if you're not here by 1st of August, then you're not playing. All right.
What's the point of the contract? Then?
You're playing then, but like, you're fucking, just be nice to everybody.
Will you stop this?
Would you stop it? Stop it, Kylian, will you? Like, what if they you can't set an ultimatum and then go back. Like, you just lose everything. It's like, like a sham of a club.
Yeah. Which has been par for the course.
That's been level at them. Sure, he's been level at them.
Yeah.
But, you know, now it's confirmed.
Yeah.
I will say that the best thing about this whole Kylian Mbappe stuff is, and I called for this at the time of when Messi was going on a free from Barcelona. I was like, everybody get in there. You know, we should have like hilarious bids from Tottenham and Arsenal. That's exactly what we're having.
Tottenham got in.
Tottenham have been linked with this.
Apparently, Mbappe, it was just like a quote from it, or a quote from probably his agent or someone who knows.
Someone
him.
close to the source.
He just said, Mbappe has zero interest in Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah, they're getting laughed at online. But I mean, honestly, Arsenal's been linked with them. Like there might be some package deal. Like
United are not interested in. All right, yeah, they are. They just can't afford it.
I saw when United were linked at one point. Chelsea were obviously always thinking, like, this is what it should be like.
Yeah,
if a guy comes up,
the mad dash
on a free, it's like, don't let Real Madrid just take him. Give it a go, you know.
Yeah, but you have to think then when he's turning down the 700 million, all these clubs are going, he doesn't love money. What can we do?
Well, this is the thing. If he does love money, then he might want to come to the Premier League. I think that's what it started this.
Yeah.
Because he was like, I don't want to play.
His reputation.
He didn't say it, but he's like, I don't want to play in the fucking Saudi League.
Yeah.
And Tom like, well, we play in the Premier League. How much does that weigh? And then people are like, oh, losers, idiots, you can't do that. You can't hold Harry Kane, you know? So obviously they got roasted online.
Yeah.
Which, you know, who gives a fuck?
I mean, if you sell Harry Kane for 100 million quid, why not throw it at fucking Mbappe?
Fucking hell, yeah, you know?
PSG will definitely accept that, 100%.
2-year contract. Then
Kylian won't, but PSG will go for that.
2-year contract, and then you go to Real Madrid in 2 years. Who says no?
Easy.
It's worth a shot. This is what I'm saying. If he comes up, it's a once-lifetime opportunity that the best player in the world, or arguably the best player in the world, goes on a free.
Yeah.
You give him whatever you have. It's is this enough? No? No worries.
Yeah, I was worth a shot.
Definitely worth a shot. Yeah. You know, there's a lot of players you take a punt on. He's not someone to take a punt on.
Yeah.
Now, that's how it will, right? Think about this, right? United can sign PSG, or can sign Mbappe, right? He wants to come to United. He's going to free, wages, whatever you ever, just match whatever the last guy was on.
Yeah.
I want to play for United. Do you want Mbappe at your club?
No, not at all. I think he's way more trouble. He's obviously incredible.
Yeah.
But he's not going to be there a long time. He's going to absolutely tear the squad to shit.
Yeah.
I think it's just going to be Ronaldo all over again. It's like, yeah, he'll score fucking 30 goals, but
he will not track back.
He will not track back, and that's what's more important for us right now.
Yeah. Also, if hypothetically he comes in, I think it's the same with Arsenal as well. It's like, all right, he's better than Martinelli.
Yeah.
So he's got to come in.
Yeah.
Sorry, Martinelli.
Yeah. Martinelli's gone.
You're not playing now. You can play in the cup games if you want.
Forget the whole thing we were building. That's out the window.
Yeah. I guess the same thing would say with Rashford ever.
Yeah, exactly.
If you have Mbappe coming in, he's new and shiny.
Yeah.
So even if you think Rashford is better,
He's not Mbappe.
so now you're going to say, okay, well, we'll try Rashford up front, which we know he doesn't really
Try him over on
do
the
well.
right.
Throw on the right. And he doesn't really cut in very well.
Yeah.
And then, meanwhile, Mbappe's not tracking back.
Yeah.
You don't have the team around him that can accommodate for someone just like not working.
That's the thing. He's the type of player, those type of players, you have to, this is the long-term plan.
Yeah.
Project Mbappe.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
yes.
Like PSG did. Didn't work out, but they had the idea of he's the star. Get it to Mbappe. Whereas I think you can't just like spring that on a team.
No.
Which is what happened with United and Ronaldo. Where it's like, Bruno, just get out of his way. Well, I'm not good if I'm not. Get out of his way.
Yeah.
And it was a disaster.
Yeah. And again, it's like you're then trying to play up front, and it's always the Mbappe show. We saw last year when Haaland didn't score in a game.
Yeah.
It's like, is he making the team worse?
Is this Pep?
No, he's not making the team worse. Talking about, but like that, and we were all doing it. In hindsight, it's so stupid. He's like, I don't know if this Haaland is fitting into the system enough.
Yeah.
You know, Mbappe the same thing. He wouldn't score a game, and we know that he's not as cool and calm as collected as a lot of players.
No,
You're
yeah.
like, fuck this, I'm better than all this.
Yeah.
I don't need this.
And you just know as well, he's fucking going to Madrid. No matter what you do, no matter what you try to stop him. That's the goal. That's the dream.
Yeah.
Which it is funny because remember originally there's that famous picture of him like surrounded by all the pictures of Ronaldo. He
Yeah.
wanted to follow Ronaldo's footsteps. Do you think he still wants to do that? It's like seeing how it's all ended up. Do you think he's more like, I could probably do as well as Ronaldo and be, not as much trouble. And,
He seems to be equally as much trouble. To be honest.
yeah, that's true.
I don't know. It's like you've seen players of that before. Like when Ronaldo wanted to go to Real Madrid, there was like stay one more year. Like once they want to go,
Yeah.
he's going to go. But next year or 2 years, like, but not much longer than that. If you sign a player who you already know, I'm going to go here. If you're Tottenham or whatever, like it would be pretty funny if Tottenham had signed them after
So mental.
after Son's like brief die-ins with Saudi Arabia. Like, listen, I'm staying here. I want to play. It's like, sorry, Son. Listen. I don't think he's better than you, but everyone else does. So he's going to play.
We're paying him a lot of money. He's got to play.
He doesn't like playing in front. He likes to cut in, But he's not going to try back. No, but he likes to cut in.
Yeah.
So he likes to have the good elements of being on the wing, but not the bad elements.
Yeah.
Can you play that back? Like, that's the cruelty of football. Like Son, who like deserves better than Tottenham, could go on. He could have gone sorry for the money. He's like, no, I'm going to stay here. As soon as Mbappe came available in his position, and Tottenham like, we'll take him.
Yeah.
They don't care what Son.
Yeah.
It's like if someone better, Son will take him immediately. You're out. But yeah, I don't know. It's I see everyone's a winner except for maybe Mbappe's idea of being in a competitive league. But
Yeah.
the options are go to Saudi Arabia for a year,
£1 billion.
stay at stay in PSG in a fractious relationship at best, and that's it. Or go to Tottenham.
Pick one.
There are three options.
Quick.
But like I say, maybe it's the legacy move.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the legacy.
That's what it feels like. Feels like he has his plan laid out, and that's that.
What else was there then, Will?
Well, speaking of legacies,
Yeah.
we mentioned it earlier in the show. Lionel Messi.
Oh,
who-
yeah,
who
yeah.
didn't take the Saudi money as well. He said, I'm going to try this MLS thing. Seems like a nice place to live. I own Apple now or something.
And also, all my friends are going to come play with me. Did you see that?
Signed Iniesta.
He was 40.
That was one where I was like, that seems like a bad. Like I got the other ones like Busquets and that, but I was like, oh, Iniesta surely passed it by now.
The good news for Inter Miami fans, you've signed Messi, Iniesta, Busquets, Jordi Alba,
You're trying to get Suarez.
and trying to get Suarez. The bad news is the year is 2023.
But in good news, Messi is still really good. And
Yeah.
He might be all you need.
Well, it could, I don't watch the MLS, but we saw him there. I mean,
He's the first, apparently,
yeah.
this didn't sound true. I don't know if I believe this, but apparently he's the first player to score a free kick on their debut in like the top 7 leagues in the world or something like that. Because I don't know how they include the MLS, because it wasn't just the MLS, but there's no way in the world that's never happened.
We'll keep track of that stat for you folks as the years come by, because that's really useful stuff there.
But he did score an amazing last minute free kick.
Yes.
First game. Real Hollywood stuff
Oh,
near Hollywood. Well, not near, but in America.
You had LeBron there. You
Yeah,
had
LeBron.
Serena there, all on their phones recording it.
Yeah, Kim Kardashian.
The Kardashians were there, of course.
Did you see David Beckham crying his eyes out, thinking, I've made so much money? Oh, the money just keeps rolling in.
You have an idea sometimes and you go, I hope it works. You work really hard to make the idea real. And you're there to watch it happen. You go, yes.
Apparently, we talked a few weeks ago that they went from like 2 million Instagram followers to 6.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's up to 11 million now. So it's just like exponential growth. So again, David Beckham is going to be an even more rich man week to week.
Yeah.
Every single game from now to the end of the season is sold out in their huge stadium. But it's funny because he played another game, his first start. He got 2 goals, I think. 2 goals. And he was then subbed off. Game's over. Wrapped up. A lot of the fans immediately left because they were like, all right, I don't actually give a shit about this stupid club. I've never watched the MLS in my life.
Well, again, I don't know how many MLS games LeBron's been to. But I mean, certainly more than Kim Kardashian. It's just like these people know, like, this is the place to be.
Yeah.
Half our job is being famous, being in the public eye. This is where we're going to go.
And I've never thought of Messi as that type of like celebrity, but it's funny seeing him in all the clips, like DJ Khaled shaking hands.
DJ Khaled was there. His son walked out with him on the game.
Which that tells you how famous DJ Khaled is, that he's able to swing that.
Don't know how he does it, man.
Yeah.
Don't know what that guy's appeal is.
But yeah, it's like he's the in thing. He's the hot thing in America right now.
Well,
Messi. It's like when Pele was there.
Well, that's it. Like, you know, everyone in the world knows who Messi is. Everyone in the world knows who Messi and Ronaldo are. Like, they are two of the most famous people in the world. Like, whereas loads of players don't know who, like, say, Donovan Mitchell is.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, no, that was maybe a random example, but like, he's an NBA player who's not that famous, I suppose. But say everyone knows LeBron as well. But like, it's just, I think football is so wide. You know,
Yeah.
they are the biggest stars in the world versus American sports. It's very insular. You know.
Yeah. It's
So-
a mad seeing him do this like American tour. Like,
Yeah,
of
yeah.
celebrities just after winning the World Cup as well. Like, it is literally the storybook fake player career from a movie.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it ticks every box. And like, Americans definitely love that shit as well.
No, this was the move. This is
Yeah.
definitely the move. Go to America and just rip it up.
I've seen loads of clips of him in the MLS. I don't think I've ever seen one clip of Ronaldo in Saudi Arabia.
I saw the clip of Ronaldo choke that
chuck
guy,
that guy out. Yeah.
hitting that guy with a stunner.
Yeah. And it's funny as well because obviously MLS has like really good production and American commentators. So they're
Yeah,
all
yeah.
very dramatic and like the boy from Argentina, blah, blah, blah. So it's really good for the MLS, I think. You
Oh,
see
yeah.
so much clips left and right now.
Yeah. Oh, they know how to promote a sport, you know. Like Saudi Arabia have a lot of money. I don't know if they know exactly how to promote it yet.
Yeah.
For our eyes, you know, for our tastes. Short form videos, lads.
yeah,
Tell you, lads, if you need somebody over there,
we've got a few 100,000 view clips.
if you need to slush some money over this way,
Yeah.
we are waiting here.
I know he didn't respond to the podcast email, but social media management, we could do that.
Social media management, anything that you want to overpay for, we will do. You know, no qualms, morally or anything.
Mbappe didn't take the deal. Give us 50 grand.
Give us his day's wage.
Yeah.
€22 a second.
Yeah.
It's $1 million a day if you're taking 12-hour day. Just
It's
give me
mad.
some of it.
Yeah.
Just give me some of it. Speaking of which, Will, wrap our heads around stuff.
Yeah.
Must be time for a comment corner.
Yeah, it's first comment corner in a long time.
Play the music.
I wish I could give this feeling. I wish I could give this feeling. On the corner.
So we got an email in from a loyal fan. And it's a doozy. Worth reading out. He said, "Hi lads, Lawrence here. Big fan of the pod. Re-listening to you chatter away while on an intense shrooms journey, I couldn't remember much entertaining fodder for you to use. But I had a bit of a flashback after talking to my dad on the phone today regarding your Ben O'Connor / Haaland comparison, which is where you mentioned a hurler who would take his helmet off and the crowd would go mental and, you know, everything would step up a level because
Yeah.
this is like a common thing.
This is when Haaland took his
Haaland took his
ponytail
hairband
out against-
down, banged in a goal against
Banged in a
Arsenal.
goal. That this could be a thing he does.
Yeah, which he's never done since.
Well, that was last game of the season or
That was close.
close, you know.
Uh,
Didn't need to. Won it then.
Yeah. Lawrence continues. I mentioned the memory of him whipping off the helmet when he was hot, and my dad's energy on the phone skyrocketed. I was at the height of highness. All of your words were blurred into the background because I was absolutely blitzed. But I remember hearing Cottle mention Ben O'Connor. That was a good few episodes ago. I just loved the comparison so much, it's been on my mind since, I think. I was lying by the Rhine for about 10 minutes to an hour, thinking about how amazing the Ben O'Connor trigger was. My folks are naturally big Cork fans, and I went to a lot of All-Ireland semis/finals. It uprooted a deep memory of the energy lifting through the roof when he took off his helmet, people roaring and celebrating like he had scored. On account of the unwise amount of shrooms I had taken, I was having visual hallucinations/distorted memories of being in Croke Park. I could hear the noise and see Ben in HD, kind of like a Centra ad. Emotions were overwhelming, genuinely close to an orgasmic sensation. So cheers, lads, for making me come while alone by the river off my head in Dusseldorf. Surely a first for the pod. P.S. I also took the comments of your comments on Americans working 60 and 70 hours to jump a class today and used it as my own original thought. No shame.
Wow.
There you go.
Lawrence S. Thompson there. Fear and Loathing in Dusseldorf. Thank you for your email.
Yeah. That's a doozy of an email.
Yeah.
I've never heard that in a different football podcast.
You won't hear that anywhere else, folks.
No, you're not getting that off the ball.
I will say, Will, that last bit there, the 67-hour work week, I think I never talked about that on this show. Have I?
This is the thing, you never talked about it on this show.
That's right, Will. Where have I talked about it?
You've talked about it on After the Nonsense, which is over on our Patreon.
And that's ultra only, folks.
Ultra only. Be like our boy Lawrence
in Dusseldorf.
Yeah, so if you want to come from the podcast.
Yeah, you want to come?
Sign up to patreon.com/no-nonsense-pod. $4.50 a month, you get After the Nonsense, our bonus podcast.
Yeah.
Where we talk
about American work weeks, usually.
American work weeks, yeah.
Kind of Americana.
A lot of movie talk.
Yes, a lot of good stuff. Not
Yeah.
just kind of the military industrial complex.
Yeah. So if you want to get that, it's in the description to this episode also. There's a support the show link. And become an Ultra today.
Become an Ultra today. And also during the year, we'll have Champions League, FA Cup, all the midweek stuff. We cover it all, folks, on the Patreon. So yeah, like I say, become Ultra today.
Come an Ultra today, you get hours and there's a backlog.
Join the movement.
Yeah.
How about that for a tagline from now on?
Yeah, that's very cool. Very serious.
Join the movement.
Yeah, you can't spring a new slogan on it.
Well, this is a safe space on the pod.
Yeah.
This is just a little bit behind the scenes. Ever heard anybody? This is. You might say I was listening to the episode they came up with that terrible slogan.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. It's all about the lore.
Yeah, this will be a clip on YouTube someday.
No, honestly, that is nonsense. Nonsense. All nonsense.
They say many, many garbage things.
You don't know what you're gonna get. This is a totally utter, shameful, disgraceful piece of nonsense.
Because he was miles off it yesterday.
You'll learn a lot more if you listen rather than talk all the
Plenty of
time.
time, no problem.